So this just came out about an hour ago. It's the Dead by Daylight Quality of Life Initiative 2025. This could mean that they're listening to the community way more than before. I respect that. So let's see what's going on.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Pope. I'm the community director here on Dead by Daylight, and we have a special update for you today. And we're going to be discussing some key changes that are coming to Dead by Daylight's roadmap, how they relate to some very important feedback that we've been reading in the community, and how we're planning to address it. So to do that, we've brought on a guest, in fact, a new face for these cameras, Mr. Jose Ramos. He is our VP and executive producer of Dead by Daylight.
Thanks, Eric. Hi, everybody. Excited to be here for the very first time and honored to represent the team, to share some details on our new roadmap. It's going to have a very strong focus, more than ever before, on quality of life,
which is very needed.
The day-to-day quality of your player experience. Just to give a little bit of context, a big part of my role is making sure that we are putting our efforts toward the right things in the right ways in Dead by Daylight.
Right. So, for example, last year our focus was on new gameplay.
Yeah, we are proud to have delivered some great new events, including 2v8,
versus 8, yeah.
Lights Out, and we're going to come with something brand new for the Blood Moon event as well. But the reality is, when it comes to the quality of the experience of our players, we understand that we are simply not where we want to be.
One of the most important things, it's the matchmaking. Let me see how I can put this before moving on. I've been playing since 2018, and every time the community says something about the matchmaking MMR, certain people, I'm not saying because you can get even, I don't know, y'all know, the community know what can happen if you talk about this specific person or something, like you already know. Every time that people have been vocal and criticized the way the matchmaking is on Dead by Daylight at the moment, the new system doesn't work. The MMR does not work. On Dead by Daylight doesn't work. Like comparing when you started playing Dead by Daylight 2018, 2019, 2020 until the new system started, it's hell. Because I play Killer and I play Survivor. And to be honest, it comes to a point that the game is now stale. It just, I don't even find it any more motivation, even though we're getting new killers and that's great and all, license, which is amazing. And I know the hard work that's put in the game by developers. I respect that. We all respect that in the community. Like, you gotta be some kind of idiot to not respect that. But the way it's going, the MMR, it just sucks. And every time you say something against it, and if you have like a following, a streamer or a huge following, you can't speak your mind up, because if you do that, you're met with a certain type of aggression, we can say, or maybe penalty for speaking your mind out against something that's been affecting the game for so long. The matchmaking sucks. Everybody in the community knows this.
Closely tracking all the discussions about this recently in the current state of the game, and we believe and we agree that now is the time to tackle these issues head on.
Yeah, absolutely. And to
As
do
you
this,
should.
we have made several decisions designed to help us focus directly on this topic, to our players continue to focus on the fun and nothing else.
Okay.
So first, we will be delaying our upcoming release by 3 weeks, and that begins with tomorrow's PTB.
And that is not a problem, in my opinion. I don't think that's a problem, because the thing is, you don't want Dead by Daylight to be Call of Duty. You get what I'm saying with this? Like, we don't want Dead by Daylight to become a Call of Duty where you get a game, like you're getting this one and over, everything just fast, but there's no quality, just a copy paste, like the 2K games and the Call of Duty games. Just the same thing, copy paste, and just moves on. We just want to have a game that's true to its core, that it serves horror fans and also the community at all. Like, we all love the game because it's a fun game. It's supposed to be horror and also fun. So we cannot lose any of those. We need to strive and keep going on those. So mad respect if you do that.
Beyond that, multiple other releases and events in the 2025 calendar will also be impacted in order to give us the opportunity to truly make this quality of life push a priority.
That's the priority,
There,
of course.
Of course, we will keep an eye on our progress and make further decisions as needed.
Readjusting our schedule is our way to give our teams the best chance at making the biggest impact when it comes to addressing these updates.
Sure.
And the good news is they've already been hard at work on them.
Yep, and the updates we are working on will focus on addressing long-standing player pain points, improving current systems, and tackling critical bug fixes.
Which are the important things. And of course, let's talk about the matchmaking, please.
And taking the time for this is something we have wanted to do for a very long time. And while it will push some of our upcoming content, we are really excited to start rolling out these updates and what it will mean for our players.
So the approach we're taking is going to be split into 2 phases. If you want to toss up the graphic, phase 1 begins with...
Okay, so we got anti-slugging. Respect that. Surrender option. That's interesting. Gamma settings. Go next prevention. Hiding and body blocking prevention. Okay. Spawn rules and map offering balancing. Improve AFK bots. Okay, that's important. Yeah. Quality of life. Bulk blood point spending. New quest system. More perks presets. And preview your perks in lobby. Preview your perks. Okay, now let's see about this because now I'm interested.
With our upcoming release on April 2nd, and we'll run up to and include our anniversary release. Then phase 2 will include everything that comes after anniversary.
Okay, so we got on phase 2, July December, anti-slugging, continue improvements, anti-tunneling, anti-camping, MMR update. MMR update. Map and key item balancing. But MMR update. Keyboard and mouse and consoles. Okay, custom game improvements, accessibility improvements, prestige rewards, reduced logging steps. Okay. And more, including bug fixes for long-standing issues. Okay. MMR update and the ranking system. I don't know about y'all, but to me, the old ranking system was way better than the new one. That's just me. I'm not saying, I don't know. I don't know if y'all agree with me, but the ranking system before was a whole lot better than the new one. That's all I'm going to say.
Rest of the calendar year.
So in the short term, leading up to and during anniversary, our players can expect to see multiple issues addressed. So that includes first, adjustments to the slugging issues facing players in the game.
Yeah.
So we want to deal with this in multiple iterations. This is a complex topic. The first of which is the introduction of a surrender option, and that will be included as part of our next release. Following that, we will be testing another design as part of an iteration of Chaos Shuffle this summer.
And not to leave out...
So what do you mean by surrender option? What would that be? Would that mean that you as a survivor, you can say, fuck it, and just, that's it? Would you get to worry them? I don't know. It sounds interesting. I don't know how it's going to play it out, because the thing is, slugging is kind of like a thing that, it's like face camping. Like, face camping has been something that a lot of Survivor mains have been criticizing. And hell, when you play Survivor, it sucks when you get face camped. But as a killer, sometimes you get angry and toxic because you have a toxic survivor, and then it's like, it's a snowball effect. Like, you get the toxic survivor, and then you get the toxic killer, and then it gets a whole toxicity thing. And we all know that Dead by Daylight is too toxic. Like, the community is toxic. Hey, it is what it is. One thing leads to another. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but developers have said that face camping is actually something permitted. It's a strategy. It sucks. It's not good. It won't help you as a killer, but you can do it. So slugging, it's kind of like what, you know, I don't know what they're going to do. Hopefully it's something for the better, but let's see what happens.
Our console players, we're going to actually be introducing a new setting to allow players to adjust their in-game gamma.
Also, we often see complaints about the Go Next epidemic, about survivors hiding to hold matches or stage, and killers body blocking.
Okay.
We will be introducing designs to help with each of these issues. Other items we will deliver include enabling bulk blood point spending to fast-track leveling up in the Blood Web, the introduction of the new challenge system, and much more.
So then body blocking will be addressed. Now, body blocking sometimes can be used as a strategy as a survivor to fight back at the killer. But at the same time, for some killers, it's like body blocking. It's a pain in the ass because you're going to hook someone and then you see somebody like standing up in the middle, and it's I don't know. It sounds ambitious. Hopefully it can be done, but as we all know in the community, there's going to be crazy screams and angry people fighting each other. Like, nah, this was better. This wasn't, I don't know, get good, blah, blah, blah.
So we know that you probably have a lot of questions. You
Yes,
wanna
we
know
do.
more detail about exactly what we're going to be focusing on. The good news is you can head over right now to deadbydaylight.com. We've got a deep dive article explaining what we're planning, and you can dig into the details there.
Okay,
and
perfect.
of course, as with any work on any game, including Dead by Daylight, priorities might shift as we dig deeper into these issues, but it's our intention that most, if not all, of these issues will be meaningfully addressed in the coming months.
Yeah, so you can look for Eric and I and other members of the team to be back for another catch-up during the anniversary stream. That's where we will give you a breakdown of all the updates we have made during that time and share the rest of our commitments for dealing with player experience that make up phase 2 of this initiative. That will include things like anti-tunneling, custom game improvements, and more. This will take us essentially through the rest of 2025.
But on top of that, I know this is important to folks too. We have a big list of bug fixes that we're going to be going through to help address a bunch of the long-standing pain points that you have in the game.
Right.
And in the meantime, you can keep an eye on our channels across social media for more updates as they make their way into the game. And until then, we'll look forward to the PTB, which is now on March 11th. And I will see you again in our next chapter release broadcast on April 2nd.
And as always, a huge thanks to our entire community for playing Dead by Daylight and of course for your amazing feedback. See you in the fog.
We're on the webpage. We're checking phase 1 upcoming quality of life updates. The team has been working on surrender feature, which should limit player frustration on both sides. To get it right, we first needed to identify the situations where its use would be most appropriate, leading us to 2 scenarios. All remaining survivors have been slugged. Survivor. All remaining survivors are bots. Killer. Once these instances occur, player will be able to use the surrender option, ending the trial while retaining the blood points they've earned and escaping the disconnect penalty. Oh. Okay, so then both can get points. I guess they'll get their points. Killer can get their points, I guess. Go next prevention. The go next expression refers to instances where a survivor deliberately does everything in their power to quickly go to their next game, including walking up to the killer and standing still, running to a hook and repeatedly pointing at it. That fucking sucks. Or most commonly intentionally failing skill checks while on hook. True. To disincentivize and properly penalize this behavior, we'll be implementing measures that will help us identify when a player is attempting to go next. Once identified, they'll receive a disconnection penalty point and lose an entire grade. Whoa. We'll be keeping a close eye on this system to ensure its accuracy, but we're confident that this will help alleviate the issue. Damn, they're getting serious now on that. On the other hand, we'd like to reward players who stick it out through those challenges matches, even when things take a dire turn. We'll be moving forward with a new emblem-based multiplayer, that grants additional blood points during your following match, with the bonus stacking over consecutive trials. Extreme hiding and body blocking prevention. Extreme hiding refers to survivors drawing out an unwinnable match by ignoring their objective and waiting out the clock. To combat this, we're changing the way AFK crows operate so they can more accurately identify when a player is deliberately avoiding engagement with their gameplay objective. Once a player receives crows, their location will be immediately revealed to the killer. We'll also be incorporating a feature that allows players to lose collision after receiving a third AFK crow, which should prevent instances of body block related griefing. Map offerings. We recognize that map offerings are a bit divisive. Some players enjoy them, while others feel they can grant an unfair advantage, which is true. The fact that they automatically bypass both the map and realm repetition system can also add to the frustration. Yes, because I've been feeling like every time I play, it's the same 2 or 3 maps, and that sucks. Moving forward, map offerings will no longer guarantee the appearance of a given map, so just take him out. Take him out. Go back. Take him out. That's it. Take him out. Moving forward, map offerings will no longer guarantee the appearance of a given map, but rather increase its chances by 20%. Note that they will not stack. We're also looking to make it so map offerings, as well as several other types of offerings, will remain a secret during load-in. That way, your decision to remain in the match will not be swayed by external factors. Take them out. That's all I'm saying. Take them out. Take them out. Survivors' spawn placements can have a significant impact on the trial's outcome, an observation that has been repeatedly recognized by our community. It's become clear that survivors spawning separately and thereby covering more ground allows them to gain a notable advantage in completing their objective. We're changing the default survivor spawn rules to ensure that each survivor will spawn within 12 meters of one another on the same floor if applicable. To accommodate for this change, shroud offerings will be adjusted accordingly. Improved AFK bot detection. Players that use AFK bots can be frustrating to have in your trial, and we're working on improvements to our detection system so that we can quickly identify and penalize them accordingly. Thank you. Bulk blood point spending. To speed up general blood web activity, we're adding a button that will allow you to spend blood points in bulk. Perk loadouts and preview. After a successful round of A/B testing, we'll be allowing players to see their own perks loadout while in the lobby, as well as adding additional perk loadout slots. We believe these changes will be an overall benefit to Dead by Daylight's health, further establishing a positive gaming environment for all our players. We'd also like to thank you for your patience and understanding during this time. So keep an eye out for that announcement. In the meantime, we're looking forward to hearing your thoughts and feedback. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this a feeble attempt to please the community and make the game stand out again, or will it be something that definitely helps the game? I don't know. Me, honestly, I think this should definitely address all these things. And honestly, in all the years that I've been playing Dead by Daylight, I get it. They do listen to the community. It's just somebody here and there that I see that has a very adamant attitude against the community. Like it's like I do what I want, and like you cannot say anything about it. Y'all people know who I'm talking about. Honestly, I respect that. This means that every time we do the surveys, I usually felt like it was just like, you know, my experience with Dead by Daylight developers, I had the opportunity to participate in a playtest. It was a great experience. I respect, like, they listened to us. The people that were in the playtest, it was great. They listened to us, everything we said. They give the details about it because I can't say anything, and there's an agreement that you cannot say anything about that. But I can definitely say that this is. It feels good. It feels good to see that they're listening to the community, and hopefully we can get a whole lot of things better in the game. Because to be honest, as a fan of the game since 2018, it's becoming stale. It's just not that fun anymore. It just feels like a hassle to play. Like I would be playing hours as a survivor or killer, but now it comes to a point like it's the same thing over and over. You already know what's gonna happen. Like it's the same toxic things on both sides. If you play solo survivor, it's hell. It's really bad. And people are like, no, you need to get friends, blah blah blah, you need to socialize, whatever. It's like not everyone has a lot of friends. Like there's people that are playing hours, just not the same as their friends, so they can't play every day. Like, and if you got people that are adults, they work, they have families, they have things to tend to, and not every time you can be playing with other friends. Even though this game is a party game, as they call it, you still want to have fun even if you play by yourself. So that's something that needs to be addressed as well. But anyway, hopefully the devs can do something, and they're really trying to. Props to that.